A reading from John, chapter 12, verses 12 through 19. The next day, the great crowd that had come for the festival heard that Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem. They took palm branches and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the King of Israel." Jesus found a young donkey and sat on it, as it is written, "Do not be afraid, daughter Zion. See, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt." At first, his disciples did not understand all this. Only after Jesus was glorified did they realize that these things had been written about him, and that these things had been done to him. Now the crowd there that was with him, when he called Lazarus from the tomb and raised him from the dead, continued to spread the word. Many people, because they had heard that he had performed this sign, went out to meet him. So the Pharisees said to one another, "See, this is getting us nowhere. Look how the whole world has gone after him." The saying goes, hindsight is 20/20, which is a comforting idea. That while we may not understand what is going on while we are in the midst of an event, we hope that more understanding might come in the future. It is often so difficult to understand what is happening while we are in the midst of an event. But when we look back, we often better understand the circumstances and impacts of any one decision we made or event of our life. Except, is that always true? Do we understand everything that happens to us better in retrospect? Or is it not also true that our hindsight is often just as clouded as our foresight? How many times have we looked back on an event and felt just as confused and conflicted as we did the first time it happened? The Gospel of John likes to insert the phrase, "His disciples did not understand all this," which makes me wonder if they ever gained understanding, or if there might always have been some confusion which shaded their understanding of events, even when days, weeks, and years had passed. Faith is not based on clear-eyed understanding, because we will always find ourselves a bit confused with God's actions in our lives. There may be times we see and understand completely clearly, but most often we see God through a fog. As St. Paul put it, we see through a mirror darkly. We cannot hope for 20/20 vision when it comes to God. Think of a specific event from your past, maybe from a year ago or even a decade, that still feels blurry or unresolved. Instead of trying to force a lesson out of it or find the silver lining, answer these 3 questions. What is the specific fog or confusion I am still carrying regarding this event? How does it feel to admit that I might never fully understand why it happened? In what ways can I see God's presence in the midst of the event, even if the purpose of the event remains hidden? Join me in prayer. Divine mystery, I confess that I prefer clarity over trust. I want to see the road ahead and the path behind with perfect vision, yet I often find myself standing in the clouds. Thank you for the reminder that even your disciples were confused, and that I don't need to understand you to be loved by you. Grant me the grace to be okay with the dark mirror. When my hindsight is just as cloudy as my foresight, help me to stop squinting for answers and instead reach out for your hand. If 20/20 vision isn't possible, let your presence be enough. Amen.